Hello everyone. Continuing the polish aspect of what we're working on. I've gotten quite a few bugs fixed up. Let me check the animation bug now, which I believe I previously fixed. Oh, I need target dummies back. Can probably just do 2 of these. Alright, so this one works. Yeah, I think I fixed the animation bug. Okay, well, I think the animation bug is done. That's another one down. I'm pretty sure this was fixed as well. Let's just get one. Because it was just messing up because there was no socket found. And now there is. There we go. And then just on the Firewoods Ponting, just to make sure. Hello, Aprop. Doing pretty good. Just doing some bug hunting and polish. Got a whole bunch of things kind of solved and fixed. All these different little bugs here. I've already got the rogue fully implemented. So the big rogue redesigns done. These are some just kind of missed, not really bugs, but fixes. Yeah, I wanted to. No, I'm full blueprint code. My entire project is blueprint code. But it's partly because my tech is vertical third, which I made from 2019 to 2022. We launched it in 2022, and so I don't know if you're aware, but I created vertical third, and I'll show you and so that is all blueprint based. Yeah, so we made that from 2019 to 2022. We launched it. Now it's on Fab. And so it's a massive game architecture. All, multiplayer ready, all that stuff. And so that's what, Ruins of Tearyn for us is like a double product, right? It's, hey, we want to make a great indie MMO, but also, hey, look at our game tech that, is powering Ruins of Tearyn, right? So it's kind of like that Unreal Engine Fortnite kind of relationship. And so they're building Fortnite, they understand what's needed in the industry, and they're improving their tools. And then when they get lessons learned, they update Unreal Engine to kind of provide those kind of workflow optimizations and stuff. Okay, those are already set. This one is not set. This one needed a longer lifetime. And then one thing also random was on the warrior. I think it was threatening shout. The crit version didn't have an effect. Okay, weird, it does. Oh, maybe it's just too big. Okay, so maybe my camera was just inside it. You can understand that I'm actually working on a major all things quests plugin. Has dialogue quests, real-time dialogue graphs, custom graphs. Cool. Yeah. No, I strongly believe like you can take a look at my game architecture video on the vertical third channel there. And that's good for even if you're not using Unreal or vertical third. It's just a more generalized game architecture video. I think that game architectures are the next big step in game development workflows and stuff like that. We're at a stage where we shouldn't have to rebuild a kill quest or a collect quest or a escort quest. Like, we don't need every single game that exists to have to code those in. There should be at least a foundation that it's all set up as, and you can basically, it's robust, it's like complete, and it's like complete systems, and then it's easy to use, and then it has designer tooling all ready to go. And then the last one would be easy to modify as well, right? And so those are some of the things. And so, like, if you look here in my vertical third folder, right, these are all the pre-built systems I've done. It's got clean code standards. So I split my character blueprint up into like 20 different components, like questing component, input component, experience component, animation component, and then AIs have a few of their own as well. Stat component, targeting component, team component, a UI component, all these things. And so all this stuff was already done before I even started the project. Started the project at the very end of 2024. We mostly were just reskinning Vertical Third with marketplace assets. And so the core development more or less started in the start of 2025. And we did like 3 playtests in 2025, and then we've done like tons of playtests in 2026. We've been playtesting since February, at least at the end of the month, every month. And we've kind of figured out our core gameplay loop, which is our rotation rune combat system, our registry of chronicles, and our camp system. Oh yeah, so the quest system building is it's kind of targeted at higher budget or AAA studios that utilize struct operations built out in CPP with something called Fast Eraserizer. Cool. Yeah, one thing, as someone just drawing from experience, it's very, very hard to sell game tech these days. Obviously, I'm not, financially backed anyway, so there's limitations I've been able to do, but even as great as Vertical Third is, it's just been hard for me to get people to adopt it and that's like one of the reasons why we're building a kind of bigger scoped game with it, because it's hard to, we launched in 2022, even if someone used it that day that it came out and continued to use it forever, the last, 4 or 5 years, it would only potentially be launching now, like the games, and like it probably wouldn't be open development and all that stuff. So it's like for me to say, oh, that game over there uses Vertical Third, it's 3 or 4 year cycles after release till before you get to do that type of stuff. And selling game tech is hard. I work with a company on a game called Helix by Hypersonic Laboratories. Cool. Nice to see you earn a Mega Grant as well. Awesome stuff. Yeah, we got one in 2019 for $25K, and then another one in 2023 after launch for $75K. And so it definitely allowed us to have a little bit of runway for building stuff, and got some credibility and got some hardware upgrades. And then after 2023, we actually worked for Epic on educational content. So that was a plus. Okay, what is my next thing I'm working on? Did I add the sockets? Yeah. This resolved some of the issues. Demage spells. Fire Beam. Fire Wisp. Haunting. Okay. So I think this is all good. No, because I have my own full combat system with Vertical Third. So if I kind of saw me a little bit earlier, but this is like what my, if I go up to the mage and then go to Fireball, right? This is my ability system. And so you have a gajillion different options, just drop down menus, check boxes of what you want. There's tons of like settings up here for like movement, if it cancels cast, input requirements, if you have to hold the button down, if there's input lock, which is like animation lock, targeting, positional stuff, if it's passive, if it's a combo, the UI settings, all that stuff. So it's like it's kind of the solid principles of separating your data from your code. So this is all like the designer tooling of it all. And so I can have a designer come in and make tons and tons of abilities or even loot or quests without actually touching code at all. And then the code itself is all in the vertical third folder with the actor components. And obviously the data tables break down to structs and into the code and stuff. You would be an absolute end boss in C++. Yeah. C++ is like, it's something I've always put on my plate of like, when I need to, I'll learn C++, right? I just haven't got there yet. I've never gotten to the point where like, oh, I need C++ for this, right? And so I will assume eventually, like one of the big things for Ruins of Tearyn is we want to hit, in the best case scenario, because of our we're not doing a seamless loading world and every level is its own server, we're going to get to some point where we hit a max amount of players per server, right? So we're not trying to host, 100,000 people in one server. This is a zone. It's maybe the newbie level. And how many people can we fit into that newbie zone? And then if it's full, then we open up another version of that zone, classic wild layering type stuff. And then, people can try and join each other's, layer type thing. And so, server slicing. Yeah, I mean, I've been playtesting, dude, in a real PlayFab environment. And so, I haven't had the need to use like the server slicing stuff yet, but yeah. Again, Blueprint's like super underrated, man. And so like we've done several tests if you look back on our channel and stuff or whatever, and we've had that for quite a while. At like 3 months after 3 or 4 months after the project started, we went on the Inside Unreal live stream. I don't know if you ever caught that at all, and we were playing live on, in like April of 2024 or something, whatever it was. Inside Unreal. Where was it? This is like, we've got a lot of things updated since this, but I'm okay with them. I do love them for speed for iteration, but big ones are actually AngelScript, UE, and normal C++. So again, it's one of those things of don't, and like even Epic themselves and Unreal Fast and things, they talk about like use blueprints as a base point. When you hit a wall for performance and you're profiling and it becomes a problem, that's the case where you can switch out for C++, right? The most recent example is Clair Obscura Expedition 33 is like 95% blueprint. There's the creators of that game, which, made a whole talk on it, on just how much they've used blueprint code. And it's better, obviously, long-term for your project because you can have so many people that can just pick up blueprint code. It's easy to teach, right? There is times, though, like my full custom graph, I need C++. Again, it's one of those things that, like, if you are designing something in a way that requires it, then yeah, go for it. Like I said, so far, I've had zero. I haven't had a server crash in over a year with my stuff online during all my playtests and stuff. And so I don't get like you don't get a lot of that baggage of all the C++ stuff, right? Because everything, like, my message log will come up and tell me things are broken and all these things. I don't get excerpt errors or whatever it's called, exert errors. And so it's kind of very, and like I have a chip on my shoulder to prove how good blueprints are too, right? So I can't wait for the day where I have a few hundred exceptions. Yeah, the common crash in C++, assert failure or whatever. Uh, whatever those like super common crashes are. Um, yeah, I'm lost track of what I'm even doing. All right, let's check the fireball staff real quick. I think I even have that in my inventory. No, you're good. I would definitely said it wrong. Yeah, Vertical Third itself is fully multiplayer ready, and yeah. So okay, maybe it's not broken. Why do I think this is broken? Okay, it's procking. Okay, it's fixed. Whatever's the problem with it. Yeah, it's $20 to start, and then if you ever make replug my headset. If you ever make over 100K, it's like $800, whatever. But it's kind of like the same model as I'm trying to be in that low price range for students and stuff. We don't have like written documentation right now. We have all video documentation, so sometimes that's annoying for people. But unfortunately, my time's kind of limited on how much effort I can put into it. I've done some updates since launch in 2022, like little fixes here and there. Any outside help what in what means? Like we're not like again it doesn't make anywhere close to profit, right? Uh, like I mean it's only $20 on the fab. Like you can obviously make suggestions in Discord. Obviously like for changes and stuff. Um, I've always thought about like somewhat making it just I'm tossing around the idea of opening up to being free to try and grow the community more. But when you go free, you can't go unfree, and it's very difficult to do that. Um, so because I don't have any type of like, venture capital backing or anything like that, like I'm trying to like still ponder what the best approach is. Like there's a Linux model in a way of like all that stuff. And so the thing is like you'd have to stay blueprints, right? One of the positions I'm putting the whole project in is being fully blueprint because supposed to be um, it's supposed to be like university students can use it. They don't have to be super advanced, or maybe a designer can pull up and like work through the tutorial content and add their abilities in. Like I'm trying to be that like the quickest way to be napkin design to implement it into vertical third and get it like testing and iterating very quickly. That's the idea of the product. And I don't want you to have to, download Visual Studio, compile all those things. All I'm talking about is the community members that do own it can. Yeah, I mean, like I'm always open. Like I have a whole vertical third, channel, right? And so people make comments on like I have like feature request lists. Unfortunately, like I'm not super active in developing this stuff, but what people would like to see in the future, all these things. It's a little bit quaint, quiet, but um, people have been giving me feedback on it for some time. And so, um, So like I'm always open to changes with different things, right? Like I have in my, like, this is my Obsidian, right? I have a whole whack load of stuff that I want to add, right? That I've been some of this is just a backlog of stuff. Some of it is my experience with Ruins of Tearyn that I'm trying to fix up. And so there's like there it's already really good. There's already 3 years of development put into it, and I know I could make it a million times better as well. Adding more features and stuff. Like a big one for me would be like QA features. Like I want to do almost unit testing that you can just hit play and run, and have it all, make sure it's working. Would be massive for QA testers. Like to have not only you're having a pre-built system, not only are you having designer tools already implemented for your designers, but then you also have QA tools already inputted as well. Like that's like where it's, to me, the idea of a game architecture is going to go into. Okay. Back to. Okay, this is working. I don't know why this is not. Not working. This is good. I fixed this. Yeah, with everything we always improve and learn. All right, I won't distract you. Just gonna listen and support that way. So here, yeah, no, I'm happy to talk, dude. Don't ever feel like you're distracting me. That's why I stream, right? I stream to chat with people on anything game development, Unreal, MMO, Ruins of Tearyn related. And I'm doing bug hunting and polish. Like the chit chat helps. It's like, this is like boring work, I'm quite bad with it. I get distracted. I get nothing done. Yeah. Again, it's like I'm super chill with I tell call it my QA testers all the time, or like my play testers. Like some months there won't be a lot of new stuff, right? I have other projects that I work on. I'm also looking for a job in the industry. Like the industry's kind of like BS, bullshit right now. I'm sure you've kind of experienced it yourself. And so I work on projects. I have like the 3-project approach. I have something like Ruins of Tearyn is the 3 to 5 million, maybe more like $2 to $3 million project. Then I have another one that's in the 700K range project, and I have another one that's under 200K. And so I'm like eggs in multiple baskets, and trying to chip away at multiple of them. And so like I've doubled down on Ruins of Tearyn over the yeah, the demo. I do have my servers offline, but yeah, you can download the Vertical Third demo on. I can turn my servers on if you want to go check it out. If you're interested, because I still have some free hours on the Vertical Third server if you're interested. But you can also play. So I'm going to do a video on this because it kind of relates back to the whole Stop Killing Games movement. But my tech demo since release, with the same code, you can play online multiplayer, single player, and listen server. It's all designed that way to automatically detect. And so I'm going to be doing a video soon because it's like sort of is algorithmically could get picked up by the Stop Killing Games movement because it fits into that kind of topic. And it is very like game arc. It's not like a silver bullet because you still need to know multiplayer, coding stuff, frameworks and stuff, and flows. But it's just the idea of, you know, hey, it is possible to build this way from the ground up. It's just like, again, it goes back to the whole factor of there's going to be some, if you're doing a single player game but trying to build it in a multiplayer way, there's going to be additional costs related to your engineers, and that's fun. Iris has become the latest thing in my nightmares. Yeah, I don't think I use Iris yet. I use whatever the default is. I don't think it's turned on to Iris so far. I'm excited for it. I'm also excited for Mass. I don't think Mass is fully fully, whatever it's called, production ready, but Iris doesn't play nicely with the C++ setup. Yeah. Like, I think Mass could be huge for me on performance gains for a CPU on the server through like AI and players running around. That could be huge there. And then I don't know, I haven't, again, because Mass isn't production ready, I think there's very limited blueprint code stuff, revealed to blueprint or whatever it's called. So I haven't dived into Mass yet, but it's been on my radar for some time. Oh, without, yeah. UAF will be your biggest performance. Unreal Animation Framework. Yeah. I mean a lot of that is client side stuff, so it's not too, like, the animation stuff is all client side. I don't run animations on the server. So yeah, obviously, like, client side performance is always nice, and whatnot. But I am making a very like low poly stylized game, so I don't think there's gonna be too many problems there. Yeah, it's always going to be a plus for sure. And like, we do have one of our kind of pillars is small levels, right? And so you will likely be able to see a good amount of people. If the level is kind of packed, you might actually be able to see a lot of people and characters and like monsters and NPCs and all that stuff. So it all does come into account. Even on my animation blueprint, I do a lot of fast path. I try to make sure I'm always using fast path on the animation blueprint. All right, let's attempt to fix some of my weather bugs. Okay, now I'm curious, how do you do server slicing in Blueprint? Well, again, it's not even really Blueprint oriented. It's just PlayFab, right? And so you have PlayFab options to say, hey, your server's full. Point them in the other way. Again, I haven't needed to use that part of it yet, but it's all just through PlayFab and their API. Like, I'll show you my, like, I think I can show this. It's not like the end of the world. These change. But this is my servers in the cloud for PlayFab, right? Or my builds. So I have right now, again, I'm staying pretty kind of creating the basics and stuff, right? So PlayFab is Microsoft, but I have Emerald Rivers as the main zone. That also has the newbie zone as well. Then you have the character select, and then you have my dungeon as well. And so you open up your client, you log into character select, then you do your character stuff, then you log into Emerald Rivers, and so it transfers you from the character select server to the Emerald Rivers server, and then if you walk over to the dungeon door and click on it, it transfers you from Emerald Rivers to the dungeon door. And so these are just different. This is like different, levels. But if one of these ever got full, and that's our question right now, is how many people can we fit on one of these servers? These are DAS V2, whatever it's called. they're like 2 core servers, DAS v4, 2 core servers. And so there's obviously a there's 2 potentials, right? There's a software limit, and persistence data is also in PlayFab. I'm going to show you that too. It's all you have your character count. I can't show some of that, so I'll pick up the character. So here's the list of my characters on my account. And then you go into Enchantra, that's the character, and then they have the key value pairs all here. And so these are just inventory. A lot of these are just, so you see your class, your head option, your race option, your body option, experience, location. These are a bunch of inventory things pointing to a data table, and then your stack amount. Here's your transform, that's your actual location in the world. Save your playtime, exploration, these are like achievement type things. All that stuff. And so on the server splicing stuff, it comes down to PlayFab has it, so you can have multiple. PlayFab's like for testing right now, it's free. You get 750 hours of servers for free per month. And so that's why I do playtesting at the end of the month for like 4 or 5 days, because I just use up my free time. And that's split across each server you have up, right? So I have 3 servers running, so it's 750 hours divided by 3. This is like 8 days or something, 7 or 8 days I could run playtests on, but I typically just do the last Friday to the end of the month, type thing. If that's 4 days, it's 4 days. If it's 3 days, it's 3 days, whatever. So this month it's the 26th to the 30th, so it's kind of like a little bit longer of a playtest. I'm curious though, outside of testing, how expensive is production? I mean, there's like, I don't really know. I don't have really a straight answer because I haven't gotten to that stage yet. But you just have your server costs, your hourly server cost fees, your compute, and all that stuff, right? Which is when we get to. Oh, nice. Thank you. Again, I'm happy to hear feedback. Always open to feedback. Like I know I have people want written documentation stuff. But I have all the documentation videos done on our channel. So that's there. It's obviously a very tech-heavy product. The clear intention is to take whatever art you want and implement it into Unreal. All the animation stuff uses animation montages. You can set your character however you want. All that stuff. Yeah. Again, I'm just so limited on time, dude. Like, I'm so torn. Like, I have 3 kids. I have a special needs kiddo. Like a 15-year-old, like nonverbal in diapers and stuff. So like, it's like looking for work, 3 different projects, like trying to do content, all these things, like my last game architecture video did extremely well. Like I'm at like almost 9,000 views or something. Like I have so many things I want to talk about, but just not enough time. Yeah, like this one here, right? Like this is like one of my big videos I want to do. It's almost at 9,000 views. I did that 6 months ago. Shit, 6 months ago. Like I wanted to do a part 2 to this, and then I wanted to do like a multiple single parts as well. So this is like so much like limited time. I hear you have to. I'm so glad I found you. Yeah. The other one, like if you're interested in like on my Ruins of Tearyn channel, I actually have a tech stack video describing everything I do with, that's this one here. That's the whole, by basically the entire tech stack for Ruins of Tearyn as an indie MMO. So that was another one that's kind of done decently. And so I'm trying to portray, like, when the topic of an MMO comes up, right? It's this massive undertaking to do. Um, and it's not really true. It's if you're trying to build like a WoW competitor, sure, but stop trying to build massive worlds. Stop trying to invent, um, new tech. Like I'll always bring this up, especially with Ashes Creation dying. But learn from MMO failures. Like no one's thinking about the MMO graveyard and why they're there. And Ashes of the Creation is the perfect example of stop trying to create new technology. An MMO itself, just building the game, is such a crazy, like if you're just trying to build a great game, right? Um, Without any new tech, all that stuff, that's a huge undertaking. Ashes of Creation was not trying to just make a massive world, a massive game, all these crazy systems. They were also trying to make bleeding edge technology with mesh gridding on the networking side. They were also trying to do bleeding edge technology with a multi-threaded networking. And then to get those two to work together is another like form of bleeding edge technology to do. And the cost around that is massive. Um, so you're trying to be a tech company, but also build a game, and it's just like stop trying to do that stuff. Use what works. If EverQuest was a great MMO, if Ultima was a great MMO, if RuneScape was a great MMO, like just focus on building the game. Don't focus on making all this tech stuff. So it's funny you say that. My big thing is I build systems and then use those systems to forever make my games. Yeah, that's what we. We started out in 2015. My wife and I. We went cold turkey in the industry. It's kind of one of those things that we had a little bit of severance. We used to work in IT at a law firm. Got laid off during health leave. So that was fun. Went all in. We did the grind for like 3 or so years of just like we didn't really have development skills. We had to learn all that. We had to learn Unreal. We had to it was kind of like in the startup era hype. So we were kind of a bit more on the like having a great pitch deck, pitching to investors of what it could be. And we eventually scrapped together a demo. Didn't get it funded or anything, but then we did a game jam for Castle Day, and like I can show you another channel for my past work. Castle Day was like our first little project, like major project, I would say. And it was you can see the version of 1.0, 2.0, and 3.0 there. It basically was a game jam we did, and it was like an asymmetrical, literal King of the Hill game. And it turned into, we're like, oh, it needs more depth. It needs more depth, right? Typical scope creep. It needs more. So it eventually turned into, let's try and have a 30-minute session trying to mimic the first day launch of an MMO. And so you have to go do like killing monsters, questing and stuff, and then whoever won the round one would become the raid boss. And then he would be the raid boss versus everyone in the game. And what that basically led to is we need a lot of tools. We need to really be able to make a lot of abilities for these different bosses and encounters and all this stuff. And so the tools grew so big, we're like, hey, the industries and indies kind of need a big collection of tools like this, right? I didn't even know what to call it at the time. And so sure enough, it's like we got our mega grant for $25K in 2019. And we're like, okay, well, $25K is not really enough to do. And the grant was for both Vertical Third and Castle Day. And so it's like, well, we probably should just pick one and go with it, right? So we chose to pick Vertical Third, and it definitely helped me become a better coder. That's for sure. Wasn't really financially the best option, but it certainly made me a much better engineer. And so, sure enough, of course, I built Vertical Third to one day build an MMO, right? So like I'm always in my mindset of like backtracking all my experience in WoW and EverQuest and all the other like small MMOs I played over the years of, you know, what would I want in that if I was building that type of thing. Um, so all right, so I have a bug with um, my weather. So I have a weather marketplace product. It's beautiful, but it was never built to be um, multiplayer. So there's two separate things here. There's day night, and um, then there's the weather events. And so let's try and focus on day and night. I could try and do this as initial only. Oh, are we setting this? When do we set this? Okay, that's replicated day, night. All right. And by default, that could be one of the issues. The default, I guess it gets enabled. So this could cause some jitter. I think the first thing is I don't want you to automatically start this, I think. So when we receive this, I'm going to put this down to like, what, 30? Hope my all quest things quest gets a mega grant. That would be huge. But I really don't know how to go about it. You just gotta submit, and you treat it like a publisher pitch type thing. You show as many use cases as you can for it, how it's good. The next window is actually opening. It's funny you mentioned the mega grants because both of my applications this time around just got denied. It's a lot easier for me to get. Why is it so fast? It's milliseconds. So is it 600? It was a lot easier for me to get mine because it was kind of around. It wasn't too far off when they started it, right? And the fund opened up, and now they are much, much, much tighter on how much money they're giving out. Obviously, Epic's had several layoffs and all those things. So, and I'm not trying to discourage you in any way at all. I'm just letting you know that it's definitely tough to get them now. Why is this not changing the? Okay, weird. All right, so we have. So I think it is. So these aren't connected. I'm just gonna delete those. No worries. The way I've built it out, I don't think it'll be easy to ignore. It feels a massive hole in Unreal for questing dialogue, especially for larger scale games or stories. Yeah, again, always worth going for it. Treat it like a publisher pitch or a startup pitch. If it sounded like you're actually working with a company, so obviously put that kind of information down, because you never know where it's going to lead to. Yeah, they know about it. In fact, Helix will be using it in portion, but it still remains as mine as I do it off the clock. Cool. Okay, so this is one bug. This is supposed to be only on the server. So that is definitely one bug. I think I need to go to my newbie yard. Test a little bit of this. Wait, that's the wrong place. Save. Okay. Need to go over by some grass. The grass is a big issue with flickering. Alright, so now I think I can put this down to 30 and 30 now. I'm definitely going to have to build out a server to test some of this stuff. Okay, so if this was on, I'm trying to reproduce something here. There's some glass flickering and stuff that used to happen. Okay, the jumping is definitely, I think, got fixed. maybe. Okay, so that is definitely something that was not supposed to run the client. So that's one win. I guess we'll keep that as is. And then, yeah, I think I'm just going to build out the game. Because I have to properly test some joining and whatnot. Yeah, everything should be good to just build that out. And I'll try and reproduce a few things. So I don't have a direct direction right now on what could be the problem. Let me write some of this down. So weather. Some of the points of the weather were the time of day, jumping around, weather would jump from like no weather to overcast. Joining would say connecting to the server after a rain event would always start with the rain event, then dissipate back to no weather. Those are like my current clues. And then grass has lighting that flickers. The client. Holy moly. Layoffs just never stop happening, I swear. 3 of Microsoft studios they acquired are Compulsion Games, Ninja Theory, and Double Fine. Apparently are trying to stay alive and not get axed. Jesus. Just it feels like every day a studio's laying off. It's so depressing at times. It's wild, especially when you're trying to get a job in the market, and it's like, oh wow, there's only like 80,000 people that are like any ranging from veteran to senior looking for jobs. Like, Jesus. Like, holy damn, dude. I thought I turned all that off. What the hell? Um, why is the time not changing? Okay. Um, is that the issue? Hmm. Let me try and think of the. Can I do? Let me see. Okay, so I have the in-engine workflow now, at least. Oh, weird. I think I opened the wrong server or something. Okay, they seem synced. So what I'm checking for shadows and time of day sync is what I'm looking at right now. So this seems to be doing better. So this, it's going to blip to fast forward at some point. There it is. Your loading screen will hide that usually. And now it's matched up perfectly. So time of day definitely seems like I might have fixed time of day. And so the next one is weather. And so now let's go back to, can I set this as initial only? To make sure it's not constantly doing it. Because the idea is they get the replication update once, and that's all they need. Because you're just trying to sync the time of day when you get connected, and that's it. And so this is obviously working here. We reconnect again. So does the new client connecting get the update? Doesn't look like it. Oh, there it is. So initial only, a replicated variable set to initial only will still replicate that value to new clients. And then it should stop replicating to those clients afterwards. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, as far as I can tell, day-night replication is working as intended. So this one little fix here got that going. So that's a plus. The next one up is weather. Where do I start this at? Okay, replicated weather. Correctly have the authority. And we'll do like .5. Yeah, I guess we'll start with we're just going to start with an overcast. I guess we'll do clear. Then we'll do a little delay, like 10, and do overcast. So day synced there. Wait for weather to start. So the overcast is coming in. Can hear some of the thunder. Wind, I guess. And now we reconnect. And immediately I'm in the overcast, which is good. Suppose I'm going to actually, real quick, set this to the default values there. All right, so to test this a bit faster, let me think. I don't think they last too long, so let me just wait and see. Maybe I do have to increase it. All right. Yeah, we'll do 30 seconds. And then the first thing we're going to start with is we're going to take that overcast. And for now, if it's 2, we overcast end. So we're just going to make sure overcast ends. We're going to try and make sure just overcast is properly synced. So it's starting here, and then give it another like 5 seconds or so. Join again. Time of day looks good. And the overcast stopped. It looked perfectly synced at the moment. Okay, let's do slightly longer, 60. Yeah, those errors are just like, I get some errors when I try to run 2 instances of a game because it's like, you know, everything, like all my class, my abilities, my equipment, it's all being pulled from the cloud, right? And sometimes, and then I don't have code perfect for like 2 characters on the same screen. And you might have experienced if you do multiplayer stuff that if you have anything that uses player character 0 or player controller 0, it messes up in 2 client mode. And so I try to avoid using those now, but and then I have some custom errors as well that like basically I created some GM items, but I didn't officially add them to the game properly. So they got saved to the cloud but they couldn't find the right number. That's what the -1 error at the top is. And so a bunch of my inventory slots got saved as -1. So I was trying to load -1 stuff in. Okay, so far it would appear overcast is, let me is replicated properly. This is rain chance. So let's do So I guess let's go now into rain. Which will also do for 60 seconds. So we start the overcast pretty much right away here. I'm going to have my left client join the middle of the overcast. And then the middle of the rain. And make sure it start going properly. So we're roughly in the middle. So overcast updates. And now they should properly both transition at the same time to rain, if the timing's proper. And it did. They both triggered rain. Wait just a few more seconds. So rain started. Let's see if they transition out of rain at the same time. Yeah, I technically have codes that can force it, but I'm trying to make sure it's like stepping through naturally. The so-called real environment of it switching, you know. A thunderstorm might have started. Yep. But they both started the thunderstorm, so that's good. Lightning's going off. Synchronized lightning. I mean, everything seems like it's replicating properly now. I've been like every other month I've been like trying to improve the replication on weather. There's just like little tiny things that keep getting in the way. All it comes down to is just trying to sync a bunch of timers for the most part. And everything else is replicated or like simulated on the client. And you replicate the key stuff like lightning bolts and stuff. Thunderstorm should end soon. Come on now. Okay. Both ended at the same time. Everything's synced. Reconnect. There's one of the bugs that I've been having. So it's the thunderstorm is causing the main issues here. To eventually let up, but for some reason, once the thunderstorm triggers, loading into the world will always start as a thunderstorm. Okay. Which is weird. Because it should be picking up the thunderstorm chance. Let's speed this up a little. I guess let's also try real quick after rain. So this is rainy weather event. And we're actually just going to set this to nothing. And we're just going to return to clear weather, I think. So I've somewhat confirmed during the overcast, it's syncing properly. I can reconnect multiple times. And it syncs properly. And rain started both times. No problems. Continue to reconnect. Do it once more. And they should both they both returned. Okay, something messed up there. Should end in a second though. Or maybe I didn't turn off rain. Is that what it is? Hmm. Oh, okay, so we need to do so this is, oh, that's overcast, okay. This is the rainy weather event. So I guess we just do this. Rain is syncing up perfectly. So I feel like it's something with the thunderstorm for sure at this point. And then the previous day-night thing I think I fixed as well. So now the rain ended. And if we reconnect. Okay, so it's still doing that. So for some reason, let me add a breakpoint when that actually resets. I need some more food soon. You and me both, yep. Beer brats, oh, that sounds good. Nice sausage on a bun, some sauerkraut, hot mustard. I wasn't even paying attention to what I was supposed to be paying attention to. Go me. Oh, it never triggered. What the fudge? After all that, it didn't trigger. It never hit stop. Where? So we put this to 2, which brings this to 2. To 2. Turn to clear weather event, play rate. Finished. Clear weather event. How does that not work? That would be the problem. I should be able to just let this play at this point and should get the stop. Nothing like sitting and watching the rain. Is it just a really long transition? Clearly not. So rainy weather event. Right now we're saying thunderstorm to 2, which makes it reverse the thunderstorm. Then we go over here, returning to a clear weather event. And for some reason, oh, okay. I might have to do a switch here on backward. We do that. That still wouldn't make much sense. It should trigger anyways. So thunderstorm here. We do thunderstorm reverse. Return to clear weather event. Actually, yeah, it's not being reversed at all. So that shouldn't matter at all. A little tired. Still not hitting that. How's that possible? Oh, do I have it as like a server on authority thing? No. How in the world is this not playing? just for randomly the server doesn't want to play this. Okay. Everyone played that. Why are the brakes not working? So are the brakes just not working for some reason? Okay, so I've confirmed it's not hitting there for some God knows reason. This makes no sense. Well, I'm happy though that I've gotten a lot of my bugs done. I might even try and get in persistency on buffs this time around. be another nice kind of short, small feature that I should be able to get in. Okay, so we're getting to here. What's up? Might have found where it is here. Okay. So update current weather. I think that is where I'm supposed to have this. Okay, that's synced. Now reconnect. It still is showing. The fudge. It's actually worse now. Oh. Oh yeah, no, that should be fine. What the heck? These are always kind of annoying. Things that are just like very time-based. I need to make a coffee. This makes no frickin' sense, yo. So let me print this. This is update current weather. And this is clear weather event. And yeah, let me just go down to 15 seconds each. Update current weather. Everything plays it. The server plays it. The clients play it. Everything frickin' plays it. Update current weather. What the hell? Yeah. Update current weather. Let me just keep that print string for now. Alright. Reconnect. Okay. I'm giving myself like 10 minutes, and then I need to just break for food and coffee.
Oh, the calling's not working. Apparently it's on silent even though I didn't have it on silent.
Should we at the front of the house, maybe? Check the bench there. Walk to me. Can you walk to me for a sec? No, just walk to me for a second. Just come here for a sec. It's moving around. It looks like it might be by the couch, maybe. Oh, asset registry stuff. Fun. Um, this is mind-boggling. Um, this is mind-boggling. The server just doesn't want to run this. Update current weather. Oh, baby. One second. Okay, so let me try. Is this going? So they all got the update. So it's set to 0. There's clearly something else. This is actually making it worse, I think.
Robert,
Mm-hmm.
do you think soon you could make tacos again?
Yeah, I think we have the stuff for tacos.
Yippee! If we do, can you make them tonight?
Yep.
Yay! Because I've been craving them lately. Because they're so yummy.
I have to check if we have the stuff, though. So what is it that is causing a client to load in with rain? Because it does not appear to be this. Or does this trigger and I just don't know it? Like, do a thunderstorm reset. Rain reset. Clear weather.
In and out for the 3 of us. Because I know Jaden doesn't want it, but I know Eris does.
Yeah, you can just get it for you and Ari.
I think it's around like maybe 40. And then we don't get much because apparently most of it goes to rent. Well, Chris is saying that
Rent and bills. But I don't need anything.
Well, apparently it's rent and bills, but apparently like it's the fact that Carrie can't help us anymore for groceries and stuff. So when you guys give us like $300, it's like it's good, helpful, but it's just like remember you were like, oh wait, we're gonna have to just pay like $5 a month.
Life, yo.
We're gonna need it.
So fun. Especially in California.
Gas is ridiculous. The kids got to go see Ponyo.
Yeah.
The kids got to go to Ponyo see Ponyo yesterday. Yeah, the movie Ponyo. Ponyo.
I keep forgetting to look at the print string. Okay, so if I reconnect, okay, there's all those events that triggered. But what in the world?
So what is the
Okay, hold up. So some things did trigger. I will find this before I break. I swear to God. It's like one little setting somewhere that's not being properly reset. We've set it to clear weather. So we're waiting, we're waiting, we're waiting. And now it's all, then the resets come in. So server, clear weather, all these things came in now, which means thunderstorm 0, rain 0, clear weather is back to normal. So the problem I thought it was is not the problem. It's something else. But what in the world? So let me look at all the replicated variables. So that goes back to clear. That one's good. Rain chance. Rain reset. Thunderstorm chance. Thunderstorm reset. Oh, okay, so it's gotta be these. It's totally these. Okay, let's try a test. If I get rid of those, does it fix it? Or do I at least not get it when I reconnect? So it's the time sinks I'm trying to set up. And maybe I'm just doing the, I don't know. Okay. Now we reconnect. All right. So we've identified the problem. And then if I put these back on, probably just need to do an enumeration switch instead of this sequence here. It's probably just fine. And if I reconnect now, we get the automatic rain. Yeah, okay. So we'll take the weather state. Yeah, I think I can just delete this. Now do this. If it's clear, we do nothing. Overcast. Rain. Thunderstorm. Oh wait, that's not quite it. No, this is playing on the server. So maybe we do need this for a second. And then when we sync this, we're getting the weather state for the client. And we're only going to do this if it's in overcast. And then same thing for rain. All right, I think I may have solved at least a couple of the bugs with the weather system.
I'm about to do the thing you did
Oh, nice.
yesterday, and I did basil, mozzarella, cheddar, and ham.
Okay, and it helps too if you squish.
Okay.
Try and squish it down and then coat it.
Yeah. Wait for the pan to heat up. Or the egg whites.
I taught my kid how to make a Monte Cristo sandwich, covering it in egg and then frying. And they're doing it themselves for the first time. Yeah, Monte Cristos, oh man. I'm ready to rename myself Monte Cristo. It even works because my real name is Christopher. Yeah, I have now 17-year-old, which is nuts. 17, 15, and almost 12. All right, I think that worked, right? Connect or reconnect. There we go. No rain when we join. Okay, now we make them a little longer. Overcast, we'll put it to 30 again. Oh, let's do 60 just to make sure. And then rain. Rain min, rain max. And then thunderstorm. It's still 60. Okay. And then we go back to weather. I think we're doing one is start. Yep. And thunderstorm, we want to also start. So we go back to here. Got a 5-year-old and 1-year-old. My 5-year-old doesn't want to hear it from dad. He's already a Minecraft pro. All right, so overcast starting. Going to reconnect a bunch of times. And then it's properly starting now. And overcast. Wait like another 10 seconds. And now it should start raining soon on both screens. Beautiful. Okay. So it's all timed out nicely. Now if I reconnect again, it should start with rain. Yep. time to disrupt the timer, making sure it syncs. And now we should both see thunder soon. I've only synchronized the local thunderbolts, not the far ones, but they're both getting it. Then if I reconnect now, I should still be in thunderstorm. I still hear the thunder in my headphones. Okay, something didn't sync there. Oh, did I mess this up? Thunderstorm. Oh, where do I ever set thunderstorm? Do I ever set thunderstorm? Clear, overcast. Clear, clear, overcast. Okay. So clear, overcast. Then we do this. Hmm. Do I not need this here? Let's see if this works. And then when this is all done, yada, 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 we're back there. All right, we're so close. And this weather thing's done. I have to test all this again. So far, the rain and this one have been working. I did make one change to the rain, but if we reconnect now, we're still in overcast. And so rain, I've disrupted the timer. Do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're disrupting the timer. You get in, you get replicated the variables, you sync your timers, and now rain should start at the same time. It does. Let me reconnect again. And this time it should start as raining. And it does. Okay, weirdly the overcast didn't start though. Okay, so I need to do both overcast and rain, I think. So back over here on overcast. If it's raining, in thunderstorm we do both. No, so for overcast we only do overcast. If it is raining, we do overcast and rain. Okay, yeah, so we also sync for those, I think. I'm going to try without thunderstorm and just see what happens. And then for raining, we just do rain, and thunderstorm, we just do thunderstorm. I think that's right. So we sync the overcast. And we're going to assume that this is probably going to have to be there. But then rain, we only update on rain, and thunderstorm, we only update on thunderstorm. We might update the rain with thunderstorm, I guess. But I don't know if they're all clumped together or not. It's potential. I don't know how he has it kind of coded in on effects. They might just layer, but so this is a marketplace product, so I don't know it like extremely well. And so I know overcast works. So I'm on the right track. Okay. So now both are synced now. Overcast and rain. Let's do it once more. The thunder should start soon. Okay, so thunder has started. Got the lightning going. All that stuff's going. Thunder's going. Overcast is going. Rain is going. Do one more reconnect here. And now hopefully they get synced up. And they fade away. Everything fades away properly at the same time. It's like slightly off, but I'm not complaining there. Okay. That looked good. Like if it's off by like 5 seconds, like who cares? Like that's not too much of an issue. Reconnect once more. There should be no weather effects. There are still weather effects. Great. Please stopped at least, but that's the final bug here. Okay, so it finally clicked over, and now is there no weather effects? Now there's no weather effects. So it's just doing it kind of late. All right, almost there. So I do think if I move, let me try. Let's not put that there. I guess I do want that there just in case. There's no problem, I think, having this code in multiple spots, but so do that there. Okay. Just discombobulated myself. This is rain. Finished. Okay. So I think it's just this last one. Yeah, I think that might work. So we'll repeat all our tests. Yeah, timer out.
Want two whole smash, but also two. Look at my sandwich.
Nice. Looks good.
Yeah, I can't wait to try it. Okay, can we get two small potentially?
Yep.
I want to eat.
All right, I'm gonna AFK here for a little. All right, so rain started at the same time. Reconnect. When we join, it's immediately raining. I'll wait like another 15 seconds. Got lightning and ghost stuff going. Reconnect. Lightning's all going. That's replicating. There's lightning. Now we see if it's gonna stop. They both are stopping at the same time. And we all got the reset. Reconnect. And no starting effects. There's like one thunderstorm thing there, but let's see if the thunderstorm thing happens again. Okay. Oh, that could be a random. Oh, that's because of this. So this random thing here is being populated. Okay, so I can actually do. All right, so I think we're good. It's the spawning of thunderstorm, I think, or thunderbolts. Okay, so number one, this is supposed to definitely be, oh, this is just the lightning strike. Yeah, so we can just get, this is the fix right here. Get weather state. We're only going to do this if it's thunderstorm. Okay. Yeah, I think that's synced. And this is where the sound comes from too. Camera shake. All the color gem go. The audio thing, yeah, check it out. Yes, I think I did it. Improved weather and day-night replication. Should be less glitches. Yeah, that's the stopping point for me to just take a break. And I'll test it. Obviously, I'll test it a bit more thoroughly when I'm doing local testing. And what I'm going to do, oh yeah, let me quickly get everything back to normal. So we're not doing this anymore, we're doing this. And now this goes here. This goes here. So 2 is supposed to go back to normal. And 1 goes to start. Start. I'll just disconnect that. So my server log doesn't get spammed. And then to start with, we're going to set this to, I guess I will keep it at 60 for now, because I'll do some local testing a little bit later with other stuff. But that should be everything back to normal. I'm gonna put in my packaging notes. Make sure to set day, night, rain, thunderstorm, overcast, durations back to normal. All right, I'm happy. Let's do a quick check for any redirectors. Check in. Okay, we got it. We got it. At least as far as my current testing goes. So, another bug, several bugs down. So hopefully it also knocks out. There's like sometimes there is like some lighting issues that would cause flickering in the grass. So hopefully that's also fixed. This is also kind of fixed. I think this is a one that does need to get kind of priority as well now. I have a net relevancy issue with group members. And so I needed like, once they get too far, I need to disable them. And then reconnect them to the same UI element when they come back in range. Because basically net relevancy, when I, like if you group get someone in your group, then they go too far away, net relevancy will destroy that character for your client. When they come back, they're basically treated as a new character that's just recreated for you, and then it re-adds it back to your team window as a different character. And so I need to kind of have a way to reuse them, or kind of gray it out, and then like delete it when it comes back, and do some smoke and mirrors for stuff there. I do want to do my spectator updates, because that is, I believe, a very unique aspect of my streams during the playtests. And it is extremely difficult. It's very layered. 6 years in, and I still find some problems in my implementations. Yep. It's the biggest is like you're trying to, like what I live by is replicate small and simulate on the client, right? And then that can be really hard to do sometimes. When you're trying to sync up, especially like debuffs and buffs and things. That one's been annoying for me on trying to find a good workflow. Not workflow, but code flow. And I have some reworks to do there. Okay, so this is potential option for a very slow. Oh, that is. What subtitle for character class? And oh. Okay, yeah, I get what that means now. This is later. Yeah, I think I'm going to tackle that. Then spectator stuff. This isn't too important, but that's easy to do. This is like more content stuff. A little more content stuff. This could be things I tackle too. Okay, I don't think I ever had issues with that again, so I'm just leaving that. These could all be quick fixes too. I also wanted to potentially do say buffs Yep, I'm gonna go to AFK for just as a small note on rope on. I kind of show this pin a lot, but in the general chat of Vertical Third, my biggest pinned comment here, which I did like way back when we launched, because you just get this. This is like the number one topic that comes up, right? It's just everything I think about when it comes to replication. So net relevancy, like I said, replicate small, stimulate the client, prevent server request spam, limited replicated variables, use conditions when you can, never trust the client, server validates everything, RPCs when possible are really nice, reduce timers where possible, and try not to go reduce actor spawns. You can do pooling, or like my action system also does. It can spawn to handle multiple kind of chained actions. It spawns a master, then it adds scene components to the master to instead of doing actor components, which is like a whole lot more performant than actually spawning actors. And you only spawn actors when you actually need to. So a lot of those random things. Okay, I think I'm just going to stop the stream for now, because I think that's going to be like a 2-hour AFK. So I gotta feed myself, and I might do. Maybe I'll work out. Maybe. Make myself a coffee. Get refreshed for the round 2. I am knocking out my a lot of polish and bugs, so I am very happy about that. If anyone's interested that's watching, it's an indie MMO, we're building an indie MMO called Ruins of Tearyn. We playtest on. Hello, Metallic Soul. Nice to see you. We playtest every month at the end of the month. So if you want to play, please. And I should be actually on my Twitch stream. I should be linking my YouTube, but there's class information and system information and tech stuff on our YouTube channel. I have my first 3 class overview videos up. There's 3 more coming for our 6 classes that are in the game. And so if you want to get an idea of our actual combat system, it's a very new system. It's called Rotation Ruins. So there's a lot of uniqueness to what we're building. We also have our kind of systems overview as well. And so those are kind of the foundations of what we're building with everything. And so we are building something very unique, very niche. It's kind of like we always say, it's EverQuest and WoW had a baby, but with modernized quality of life features. And so what we like to say with that is, we believe that you can see at night. We believe in monster leashing. We believe in having a world map. A lot of these things, out of combat regen. But we still have a lot of those EverQuest values of trying to be social, slow-paced combat, and trying to be more strategic with game knowledge and things like that. Metallic says, I'm working on a UI system for my MMO, lol. I'm doing a bunch of tech demos. First was the main menu, second is UI, then I gotta do landscapes. But yeah, I've been lurking, love the content. Awesome, dude. Really appreciate following along. And and again, we play test every month at the end of the month for anywhere between 4 and 6 days. So if you want to try it out, this month will be the first month where every single class has a big design pass put in. Last month it was like 3.5 classes. The rogue was kind of half made there. And so we're always trying to stress test our servers. So we would love it if you're planning to play at the end. Again, June 26th to June 30th. If you're planning to play, please tag a friend or a couple friends to come in, as we are always trying to stress test our servers, and we're also trying to update our trailers. So on my YouTube, which on the YouTube here, I always like to try and highlight my playtesters. So this one is Spell. He got on the thumbnail there. This one is Puddlefoot. He's on the thumbnail there. This one is Plock X. He's on the thumbnail there. I did a fun little when I first put in my first boss. This is like the kind of boss of the zone. It's got a 5 or 6 man boss. Did like a little recording of Jig and Rappo fighting and testing the first boss. And so this test obviously made me like, okay, I need to put in some roots or something to prevent mages from cutting him too much. And since he's had a whole second phase, he spawns tons of skeletons and all this stuff. So lots of fun stuff there. And then I do a lot. I actually spectate. If I go back to one of the play tests, let me see if I can find it. Rogue design. Does this one have it? So I have a spectating mode, and so I actually follow around a lot of my my players at times, just to spectate and kind of show them off. Let me find out one where I'm actually spectating someone. And so I can actually leave my screen up if I'm AFK and have it'll automatically find people to spectate. There we go. So you can see me actually spectating and following around Puddle. And so basically what I'm getting to here is I really want to update my trailer for Ruins of Tearyn, but I'm not going to put the effort in until I can get like 40 or 50 people on screen being an MMO, and that's when I can actually do a proper new trailer, because what's the point in redoing a trailer if you can't have an MMO with lots of people running around? So that's kind of what I'm working on and always pushing towards, and so I would love to. And then obviously, like while I'm spectating, I'm chatting with people on my stream and such, and so it's a lot of fun for me to not only see people as like it's something you have to do as a designer to see people play your game and how they're interacting in your game, but you can also like ask people for feedback. But it's also like it's almost like a resting period for me of the work I did throughout the month, and I can just chill and like have fun. And obviously, I have tons of characters that if anyone ever needs someone or wants someone, I like to give people space if they want a solo. But if they ever need me, I can log in on any character I need to participate. So, and you'll see me a little bit later. I'm going to be improving some of my. It's like sometimes there's a little bit of dead zones here where no one was online, and so I wanted to not just have it sitting at one spot. I wanted to be able to basically pan through different camps around the environment. So I'll be doing a couple little upgrades to my spectator mode. I always chip away at it, and here's Jestra tank, grinding away on stuff, and there's the character select screen there. So yeah, thank you, Metallic. Appreciate that. And yeah, it's a ton of fun. I have a lot of fun with it, and we really are finding our groove and like what makes Ruins of Tearyn unique. And with all our classes in, now it's time to really dig into more content as well. And so it's going to be things like I got itemization rework to do, some of our crafting, put in a kind of unique crafting system as well, and add more items, add more bosses, things to hunt, those type of things. Eventually, pretty soon, I'll be working on the dungeon as well. We'll probably make do an EverQuest style like over. Oh, it's not here, but let me go to the save. We'll just hop over here. So I'm going to be like, so how we split up our inspirations from EverQuest and WoW. Outdoor zones are much more inspired by WoW. Very solo friendly, very duo trio oriented, kind of laid back casual. You don't have to think about it too much. There's still going to be patrols and stuff you have to think about. That could disrupt your group, but overall it's a bit more casual. Whereas dungeons are going to be much more EverQuest influenced, where you should be coming prepared. You should be paying attention. You should get your consumables, all these things, And so, what in the world? Oh, I was disoriented. So our dungeon is down here. So this is where the boss of this zone is. It's a 5 or 6 man boss. Then you can click into here to go into the first dungeon. And what I'm planning to do there is probably have like, this would be the more high level entrance to get farther down quicker. Whereas back over at the newbie yard over here, there might be like a top entrance, like right here or something, where you get to the lower level side. And so you're going to have like a low level side and a high level side. And that's something that EverQuest did a lot of. Sometimes, like if you've ever played EverQuest, the Gook set, like lower Gook and stuff, upper Gook. And so people that wanted to have a more challenging experience can just right off at like level 3 or 4 or something, start doing a dungeon, whereas everyone else can just do whatever and farm some outdoor stuff. And yeah, that's the plan. So once again, appreciate any type of follows, likes, subscribes, all those things, any viewership on YouTube. Obviously, we really want to try and get that the subscriber count up. But the number one thing is to try and get people to come to the playtest, because the more people playing in that, the better. And again, I want to have an awesome trailer. I want players running around doing cool stuff. So thank you for watching. I will be back today. I just need like a 2-hour break to get some caffeine and food. So I'm probably looking around, it's 7 o'clock now, maybe around 9 o'clock, maybe earlier. And that's when you'll see me back. Right now I'm working on polish. And so I've done a whole bunch of bug fixes. Basically, earlier this month I finished the rogue design, which I was a little bit stuck on. And then now I wanted to do a bit of a polish pass. Because I haven't done a polish pass in a couple months, I would say. And so got a little bit of new mechanics and some just random stuff. But just trying to catch up on some of the polish and broken things that one of the things I am trying to do is make a smaller MMO that feels polished. I'd rather be smaller with polish than more content with the so-called indie jank. It's one of the things that I'm trying to stand out as a developer and creator and all that stuff. So I'm going to stop rambling, and I will have more class overview videos up in the next couple days. I think I'm spacing them out like every 2 days. So we have 3 up now. The rogue and the cleric will be next to do. Thank you for watching, and I'll be here shortly.